Hey folks, it is Wednesday, December 22nd. The time right now is 1:42 p.m. and the temperature outside is around -1 degree Celsius. And this is the Queens Quay streetcar terminal. And I just rode that streetcar one stop south from Union Station. And I'm about to find out if it's still snowing outside. And we are in luck. It is. And the plan for this one, let me just get the mask off here, is to walk west along Queens Quay here, which is right along the waterfront. And maybe I'll take that over to around Spadina, then I'll head up to Bremner and walk east back to Union Station. Some pretty thick snow falling. Look at that. Clump just landed on my hand there. And here is Harbour Square Park East, just in front. And maybe we'll go check out the waterfront here. I haven't busted out the umbrella, but the snow doesn't seem to be the kind that would stick to the lens. I'll monitor that. And there's the Jack Layton Ferry Terminal. So I'll walk through Harbour Square Park east and then the west portion, and I'll head back down to Queens Quay, and I think I'll just stick to that for most of the way over to Spadina or so. There's a statue of Mr. Layton.
Perfect. Perfect. I like to hear that. I think they're boarding, sir.
Thank you. There's a very friendly and talkative gentleman. So just a disclaimer, this walk was entirely unplanned. I was sitting at home, not doing a whole lot of anything, knowing I had to get a walk in at some point today. And I do have plans for later tonight, and I turned on a certain other Toronto YouTuber's live stream, and I saw that he was on University Avenue, and there was a fair bit of snow coming down. So I grabbed my coat and my camera, and I ran over to the subway, and here we are. I'm not really a fan of these condos and how they block the skyline. I guess they were designed to maximize the view of the lake for the south-facing residences, but they've always been kind of an eyesore and a cutoff point think you can probably hear the snow just kind of bouncing off my coat. I don't know how well that's picking it up. The lens seems to be pretty clear, so this is a good kind of snow for filming, I would think. There's a look out at the islands. Imagine if I had the umbrella out, this sound would be a lot more pronounced. Might be a neat ASMR type experience. I'm not sure that guy's light diffuser is going to do a whole lot. But I'm sure they're getting some pretty neat pictures. Even the snow on the ground looks kind of different. It almost looks like little styrofoam balls. Actually, I'm not sure if the Natrel skating rink is open. Maybe I'll go check that out as well. I think I might have heard it's closed this year. All right, let's go swing around the Death Star, as I like to call it. And you can actually go right inside it. There's a look off towards the Portlands. I'll have to go do an updated video through there at some point. When I checked the forecast, it just said there would be light flurries in the afternoon. I'd say this is a little more intense than that. There's the CN Tower. And there goes a 510 Spadina streetcar. So that'll be heading north up Spadina Avenue and making its way up to just north of Spadina and Bloor at Spadina Station. So we'll take a quick walk around the Harbourfront Centre here. Yeah, that lens looks bone dry. This is a really interesting snowfall. And it's kind of eerie being out here all quiet like this. There's a Timmy's in there. And it's the Goodman. I remember going there in summer of 2020. And straight ahead is the tall ship Kohama. I always say that name wrong. I'm sure I just got it wrong. In the normal summer, at least on a nice afternoon, this area would be quite busy with people. These patios would be full. There'd be music blaring. Sorry, the Kahama, K-A-J-A-M-A. I don't see much activity at the island airport. I think Porter is running reduced services right now. Oh, and I think I see skating activity. And just like that, the snow seems to have let up. So relatively good timing on my part. Would have probably be better if I got out about 20-30 minutes earlier. Now it's just a cold, wet day. Danger, do not enter boardwalk, not maintained, November 1st through March 31st. This is not maintained, but someone has clearly salted it. I wouldn't exactly say I'm being a rebel right now. And I thought this was the skating surface in years past right here. But it looks like everyone is underneath the little amphitheater area. Danger, do not enter boardwalk. That sign is on the wrong side. If you didn't know what a boardwalk was, you might be tempted to stay over there. Yeah, they definitely relocated the rink. I did not know about this. There's a slow skating zone. Get one last look at some of these tall ships. There's the Empire Sandy. And just beyond that is the Amsterdam Brew House. I just missed a plane landing. This is kind of neat. They got this little ring on this end. Tacos, fries, quesadillas. So this area to the south of Front Street is known as the South Core. And it's really emerged over the last 10 to 15 years or so. The area along Queens Quay here has always been built up, but just north of here, up to Front Street, has really been ramped up in development. And there's a number of these wave decks down here. This is the Simcoe wave deck. I guess that would have been a skateboarder's paradise, hence the rails. It might still be. And this is the Martin Goodman multi-use trail. You could actually take this west all the way into Mississauga. And I have done that before on video. Although I think it's quite silly that it's deemed a multi-use trail, which means technically you can walk on it. But there's this giant sidewalk and all this space to the side for pedestrians. So I really think in areas like this, it needs to be just dedicated as a cycling track. Doesn't make any sense for it to be a shared space. You will get joggers on it and stuff, and that's not really a problem when they hang off to the side. But when you get people walking 2 or 3 abreast on it or pushing a baby stroller, it's mildly infuriating. Also, this design's pretty bad. It kind of encourages pedestrians to just bolt in front of it without looking. And this is Reese Street. There's the Reese wave deck. I complain about people walking in the multi-use trail. I just found myself lurking in it. Although in fairness to me, I did look over my shoulders to make sure I wasn't in anyone's way. And as soon as I caught myself doing it, I got out. Minor pat on the back, I guess. And here's H2O Park. Just a little man-made beach area. Should we go take a look? Maybe. I think this video is lining up to be my December 24th morning upload. So this is often a neat area to relax in the summer, or spring or fall. Winter, not so much. And you get a pretty clear shot of the island airport from here. And my camera just restarted itself. I was looking down at the screen and it went blank. And that's the first time it's ever done that with this particular viewfinder, or viewfinder memory card. I'll have to remember to resync the audio on that portion. No, I've lost my counter. I don't know how long this video has been so far. Oh well. HTO Park? I think I might have called it H2O Park before. There it is, HTO Park West. And we should be near Lower Spadina, which is where that streetcar is turning up. And there's another wave deck just here on the left. And I think as far as the waterfront is concerned, this will be that. I'm going to head north up Spadina here. And make my way over to Union Station. I'll probably come back at some point in January and do the portion of the waterfront that I skipped. I'll also do east of Bay Street, actually. I started at Bay and Queens Quay, and then I headed west. So I'll do that portion as well. And it looks like we're finally getting a light signal. Oh, where's that guy running? He just bolted. I think he sees an Uber in this area. I've had that happen where you're standing right where you drop the pin and the driver's messaging you, hey, I'm here. And you're looking at the map and it's like, no, you're not. So I'm going to walk over Lakeshore Boulevard and under the Gardner Expressway. There's a streetcar turnaround right here. You know what? I said I was going to walk all the way up to Bremner. But there's a linear park here that might be neat and worth checking out. Eventually, the Bentway, which is a large public space underneath the Gardner, is supposed to extend all the way over to around here. Southern Linear Park. Let's give that a whirl. And these are City Place condos here. And I believe they're on a street called Navy Wharf. And in the mid-2000s, I had a friend who bought a unit in that building in the middle of the shot there. And we would often stay at his place downtown. There's a pumpkin. That's not something you would have expected to see. There's a love seat and some mattresses and a barbecue. And you can really see the snow. It's just in a bunch of little pellets on the ground. Like someone just took a bunch of styrofoam to a cheese grater. That's an interesting spot to put your bike. It is locked up. And you can see the towers of the South Core District straight ahead. That slender building straight ahead, I believe, is 1 York. And there was originally supposed to be a Target at the base of that unit. And the Second City is supposed to be moving in there. And I think their temporary home on the Danforth just got shut down, as they decided not to operate it with all the new restrictions. And there is the Toronto Sky Dome, which there was talk of building a new baseball stadium, a purpose-built baseball stadium instead of a multi-purpose dome. And I think they would have used this site. But it was announced today that a design firm has been hired and they're just going to severely renovate the existing building. I think with a renovation somewhere in the neighborhood of $220 million. Hopefully they fix that god-awful sign on it. It doesn't even have the right name of the structure. I love the Blue Jays, but not a fan of the company that owns them. A few people are in this city. There's the CN Tower. And the street here is closed off. Is this Reese? I don't see any signs on it. I think it's Reese, and it would normally connect down to the waterfront. So I'm now heading east on Bremner Boulevard. And somehow it has turned into a rather nice day. And this will be the rec room coming up on the right. Previously, it was a Leon's furniture warehouse. Oh, this is Reese Street. Once again, I am proved wrong. There we go. And to look up at the tower, which I think is open, right next to the Sky Dome, and across from the Ripley's Aquarium, which I've never actually been to. Everything seems to be open, although it would be operating at a limited capacity. Here's some neat artwork. And the rec room appears to be open. If you're wondering what that is, it's a large Dave & Buster style facility operated by Cineplex. There's the old roundhouse where they'd service locomotives. The Steam Whistle Brewery is also in there. There's a look at the Metro Convention Center, which I think is currently being utilized as a booster/vaccine clinic. And you can see the financial district moving behind that, or at least part of it. It is certainly on the quiet side today. There's a GO train rolling in from suburbia. And these buildings straight in front here are all connected to the path network, which is the largest underground network of its kind in North America. Although the South Core section is elevated for the most part. I did a walk through there a few months ago. I think the South Core area as a whole needs more retail like this, as I stepped into a gap and almost rolled my ankle. The whole area just feels a tad soulless. There's a lot of gray concrete and blue and green glass everywhere. Could certainly use a lot more trees. And the somewhat notorious ice condos are just to the south of here. There's a tower at 16 York Street. Caution, falling ice possible. So what am I supposed to do about it? I think that should be a case of, this is dangerous because the building is poorly designed. Do not walk here until we fix it. Or they should just fix it. I don't think that skirts them of any liability if a chunk of ice slammed on your head. All right, I'm gonna cross north here. There's a shuttle bus that runs between the Island Airport and Union Station. And once I cross the street, I will no longer be on Bremner Boulevard. It'll instead be Raptors Way. So this particular street starts as Raptors Way, it turns into Bremner Boulevard, then it becomes Fort York Boulevard once you go west of Spadina. You know what? I'm gonna head north here, up York to Union, and then I'll pop into the station. maybe I'll just pop into the station here. And this is the busiest station of its kind in Canada. It's a hub for GO Transit trains and buses, as well as the Airport Express train. I'm just putting my mask on. You could grab the Via train here. And there's the new bus terminal at CIBC Square. And a connection to the subway and streetcar system. And the GO trains are divided into two primary concourses on Bay and York. This would be the York side. I could cut through the station there, but for whatever reason I decided not to. And this is Front Street. I was along here on Friday night recording a video. And there's an outdoor rink just up ahead. Where it's quite likely I'll run into some content ID copyright issues with the music they're playing. Sounds like they're playing Sean Paul. You normally get a pretty good view of the tower if you turn around here. So we'll take a quick look at the ice rink. All right, and it's time to head down into the subway. So I hope you enjoyed this. What started off as a snowy walk along Quay and the Waterfront, heading over to Spadina And then east through the linear park. And then Bremner Boulevard to Raptors Way, up York Street. And into fabulous Union Station. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description, as well as the channel's new merchandise. And there's a PayPal link as well. And it looks like it might be some time till the next train. So on that note, thank you for watching, and as always, I will catch you on the next one.
Please stand clear of the doors.